Hey there folks, Jay Barrino here, continuing StarCraft Mass Recall, a StarCraft Brood War remake, and StarCraft 2. We're heading into Backwater Station, the second mission of the original Terran campaign, Rebel Yell. A very iconic mission. I think a lot of people will remember this one.
Receiving incoming transmission. Comlink established.
Hey, what's up, man? Got your refugees tucked in nice and tight? Provided you can sidestep any more surprises from our Confederate friends and we can keep them away from those critters, they should have an easy time.
Priority alert. Backwater Station under attack by unknown alien organisms. Distress beacon activated at 0658. Alerting Confederate headquarters on Tarsonis. Stand by for incoming transmission.
We've already received the distress beacon from Backwater, and we'll take care of it. You just sit tight. You'll be notified if there's anything we think you need to know.
Damn. Listen, if we wait for Confederate reinforcements, that station's dust. I'll head out there now and do what I can. You send in some militia, and we'll save those folks. Trust me.
Oh, I definitely trust you, Jim Raynor. Let's go. Colonial Militia Base, Backwater Station, Mars Sara. Backwater Station, where people come first. Just not to the reigning Confederate government.
Glad to see you, boys. Time to kick some serious butt.
Aw, hell yeah. I love these intro cinematics, and it seems like they've added more of them, because I know that at the beginning of this map, I think last time I played it, it was just the truck rolling in, and instead they added the other pan in into the Backwater Station picture, things like that, just little additions that are just so cool. Okay, so I think I'm just going to take Jim Raynor and get to Backwater Station as fast as possible.
What the hell is that? Looks like the ground there is alive.
Let's try to kill as many of these Zerglings as we can with a spider mine. It all worked out. Let's just attack into the rest of these. Jim Raynor can two-shot them. He'll be able to kill a decent amount, and then I'll move him back and repair him. I'm also going to get a fast engineering bay, because we can get 1-1 this mission, and it's time-consuming. I feel like 1-1, 2-2, 3-3 upgrades in StarCraft 1 take longer than they do in StarCraft 2. I'm not sure. I really don't have the numbers on that, and I'm making that up entirely. Let's see how many more of these enemies around my base that I can kill. Another thing I know is that the enemy attacks your main base here, and we can't make bunkers. There's Jim Raynor. So I have that turned on in the options where it'll alert you if your hero is taking too much damage, which I think is good. I think it's like probably if they go below half health-ish or around half health. I think it's 60% actually is the real number. And it'll start making that annoying beat, because if you lose your hero in StarCraft 1, the game is over. It's over. So I'm going to start my infantry weapons. I can't because I'm repairing Jim Raynor. That's okay. We'll wait. I'm willing to wait. But the sooner I can start this, the better. And then I'm going to take Jim and my Marines and move on up here and grab Backwater Station, because we'll get some more SCVs. We'll get some fire bats. Now, the enemy will attack me here, and I don't think we can make bunkers like I was saying. No, we cannot. But we'll bring some units down here. Now, I do have medics enabled. I understand that they weren't there in the original game. I'll talk about that a little bit more, but I don't want to talk about it every mission.
Thanks for the rescue. We've been holed up in these bunkers for days hiding from the Zerg.
These things have been out here a while, but they could be pretty useful.
Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and load these up.
Need a light.
I sure do, Fire Bat. So I'm going to grab these units and come back down here and just kind of chill out and defend my main base while we wait for upgrades. And I'm going to make a refinery now so that we can research U-238 shells and Stim Pack. Now, most of the time, I don't think many people... Well, okay, I have no real data to back this up, but I assume not too many people used Stim Pack extensively in the campaign. Maybe you did, and I'm just totally wrong. I know I didn't, and that's totally anecdotal. And the reason is because your biological units had no way to get their health back. Now, the thing that I was just talking about was enabling medics. They're really shitty medics. I will show you. 2 life per 1 energy compared to UED medics, which is incredible, like way better, like 14 times that amount. It's crazy. So you'll see that these medics generally won't be keeping my units alive in combat, but they are good at healing you outside of combat and mitigating some stim damage. So it's basically like spending extra cash so that you can mitigate stim pack damage. And I think that makes stim pack a lot more viable, so that's why I have it turned on. And look, I'll be honest, that's not the real reason I have it turned on. The real reason that I turned medics and lurkers on for episode 1 and 2 is because I know that there's a few people out there that just tense up and despise. They're just shaking. They hate it. They hate the fact that I turned on medics. And to those people I say, this is for you. I did this exclusively for you. That is why I have medics and lurkers turned on. Granted, in episode 2, there are a few missions that are very, very challenging. So I think this is the right decision. I mean, again, medics, they're not going to be super overpowered, and the enemy, by turning them on, it also allows the enemy to now have them. So I think basically all it's doing is it's allowing me to use stim pack a little more aggressively, which I still probably won't, just out of habit, but I'll try to if I remember. And I don't really need to saturate these minerals too much more. I don't have to saturate those too much more. And then once this attack is done, let's go ahead and we'll move out with Jim Raynor. Same thing we came up. See, now they're attacking me over here. The same thing we did with Jim Raynor over here is I'll use some spider mines and see if I can kill big groups of Zerglings, because there is a big group of Zerglings over here. Let's give it a shot. All right, drop the mine. Let's see how many of these we can kill. Oh, there's a lot. Doesn't that just feel great? Okay, stim pack, we're gonna start. Let's go ahead and start infantry armor, and we'll move out here relatively soon. So, some differences on this map, and I don't know if this is because I'm on hard mode or just because this is mass recall, but the enemy does attack you over here. So you do have to leave some units down here to defend. And then the enemy attacks Backwater Station as well. And I'm pretty certain in the original version, they didn't even attack Backwater Station. I think they just sat idly because they had no production. They just had units pre-placed on the map. So I'm pretty certain they never came to attack you. So that's just a slight difference. And again, it might just be because I'm on hard difficulty. It's possible on something like a casual difficulty here, we would see no enemy attacks. I'm not sure, and maybe one of the creators in the comments could clarify. Okay, so let's just keep getting more Marines, Fire Bats. I'll just get like 2 medics, maybe 3. I'm not going to go overboard with the medics either. Again, I told you that I have them for a specific reason, to annoy people that hate that I have them primarily. But secondarily, in the game, it's just to allow me to use stim slightly aggressively. Alrighty, so let's just wait, and I have one more spider mine. I don't know if there's anything else on the map here. We can just start. Oh, wait a minute. Did they reinforce those Zerglings, or were there just that many? Seems like there's more. Oh, run away. Oh, run away. Just let them hit the fellas in the bunkers. Jim Raynor, excellent against small units. All vultures are. Okay, so let's try this one more time and see how many more Zerglings we can kill. Over here, friends. There we go. Okay. Oh, and I think my own spider mine just killed my fire bat. That reaction from the fire bat getting attacked, he says, "I will burn you alive," is interesting. Now, I don't think I'm having a big brain fart. You know I play a lot of StarCraft 1. I have tons of series of StarCraft 1 on my own channel, but generally there weren't unit reactions to getting attacked in StarCraft 1? No, there weren't there? For some reason, I'm just having a huge brain fart right now, and I'm not sure. But if they didn't, then I assume they added some of the agitated state, like if you click on them multiple times, they added those as reactions for when they're getting attacked, perhaps? I mean, I didn't just get I got your forces under attack up here. All right, I think this is good. We're ready to go. I'm going to bring Jim Raynor with me. Let's get moving. I don't think I'm going to necessarily lead with the fire bats. That's generally how they die. I like to keep them slightly behind my Marines, so that way when Zerglings close in, they'll be there and ready to attack. There's some StarCraft 2 infested Terrans here, which is interesting. Those definitely weren't on this map because they didn't exist in StarCraft 1. There were infested Terrans. They were the kind that ran up and exploded. They weren't infested Marines. Okay, let's try to move down this ramp. As I say, I had one Marine up there who was just ready to die. There's a decent amount of units here. As you can see, my medics are not capable of keeping my combat units alive in combat. Also, they have a very short range. It's just, you know, they're doing their best for us. I'm going to go ahead and select my units and stem up, get healed just a little bit. You can even see that amount of health takes a little bit of time to be healed from, and it's very energy inefficient. All right, I'm done justifying it. That's the way it is. Oh my god, I was so terrified those were going to explode and kill my entire force. So let's just move on in. My fire bats are all dying. I didn't follow my own advice. There's a lot of Hydralisks up here. There's a lot of Hydralisks up here. Jim Raynor doing his best. Oh, I'm mousing over. What did I just mouse over? Oh, I see. So you get the big biography there. Okay, so let's trigger this with Jim Raynor, actually. Does he? It has to be either a Marine or a fire bat then.
What the hell did they do to that command center? Whatever it is, it ain't natural. Burn it, boys.
Oh, we will, Jim Raynor. This is an extra infested command center. It's got a lot of tentacles coming off of it. That's more so than the normal infested Terran command center that you can actually control as Zerg. And that's it. Mission 2 complete. Wow, this is awesome. These are all new cutscenes with 6.0.
Receiving incoming transmission.
Marshal Raynor, by destroying a vital Confederate installation, you and your men have violated standing colonial law. As of right now, you're all under arrest. I suggest you throw down your weapons and come peaceably.
Are you out of your mind? If we hadn't burned that damn factory, this entire colony could have been overrun. Maybe if you hadn't taken your sweet time in getting here.
Now, I asked you nice the first time, boy. I didn't come here to talk with you. Now throw down them weapons.
Guess you wouldn't be a Confederate if you weren't a complete pain in the ass.
Oh, and you see the Alpha Squadron troops getting dropped in. That's so cool. Again, that's a new cutscene, and so I'm expecting to see a decent amount of these added for version 6.0. That is really neat. Not a great survival rate, but KDA is, well, not really KDA, just kills deaths. Good ratio there. Overall, I think the performance was fine. I think it went just fine. It, you know, maybe controlled a little bit better against those Hydralisks, sure. But did I have to? No. We killed 134 units with only 36. I think that's pretty good. Some of those spider mine hits, they felt good. They felt good. And if you notice, just the attention to detail in those cutscenes, Alpha Squadron came in, they had the Alpha Squadron decals, and they were colored white, which was the color of the Alpha Squadron for the Confederacy. This victory, we've got the Confederate insignia, because we're still technically working for the Confederacy. Not for too much longer, considering we were just arrested, but just little things like that. It's got a really cool immersion to it that the original StarCraft didn't even have. So of course this is not the original StarCraft. It's in StarCraft 2, so it is inherently not StarCraft, but I almost feel like some of the additions that they've made, it has such a core StarCraft 1 feeling to it. It's great. I really enjoy it, and I'm looking forward to continuing this playthrough. Alright, so there is a cutscene after this, but I double-checked before I started this mission. The original cinematic for the start of StarCraft did show up in the mission launcher, so I should be able to just go straight into that next cutscene, that next cinematic from the launcher. And I